Hey, what's good everybody? It's CJ Beatz. We're back at it again today. Today I was going to show you guys how you can use automation in Logic Pro X. First thing we're going to ask ourselves is what is automation? Automation allows you to automate certain parameters of a beat. So things like EQ, volume, panning, effects. This really helps in making the beat sound more interesting as it progresses. So I'm just going to show you here. I have already started making a beat. I'm using strictly Logic stock sounds. So this entire project file will be available for you to download. And if you have Logic, the latest version, and you have Alchemy installed, Alchemy is a VST that comes with Logic. You should be able to open this no problem. And then you can really dive into it and check it out yourself, manipulate it if you want to, or start making a new beat out of it. Let's go ahead and just take a look at what I'm using here. I have Alchemy, like I said, that is a VST that comes with Logic, and I'm using under the keys section this thing called Sunbeams, and then I have a lead on top of that, also from Alchemy. That's under leads, and it's called the 80s sync lead. Then I have an 808, that I'm going to be giving you guys in the project file, a kick, a snare, some hi-hats, an open hat, and a vocal effect. All right, first things first, what I'm going to do is let you hear the beat, and then we're going to start adding some EQs to it to make it sound better, and then we're going to get actually into the automation of everything. All right, so something very simple, just for tutorial purposes. But the first thing that I'm going to do is actually work on this pad or this lead because I don't want it to sound like that. I want it to sound a little deeper, I guess you could say. So I'm going to loop off that section. I'm going to turn on the EQ for that lead, turn on the analyzer, turn on the high cut frequency, and we're just going to go ahead and start cutting out the highs and the mids of that. So it's what it sounded like before, cutting all that stuff out, just getting that deep tone, cut a little bit of that low end off. And now to counteract that, what I'm going to do is drop an EQ on that Sunbeam as well and cut some of the lows out. You always want to cut some of the lows out on certain instruments that you're using, that so it doesn't interfere with like your lower sounding sounds, like your 808s and your deep pads and whatnot. So let's listen to that now. All right, cool. And let's listen to that portion with the 808 and make sure that nothing clashes. Cool. So the first thing we're going to automate here in this portion is the EQ. So I'm going to select the track or the VST that I want to automate, okay? And I have the EQ on already by just clicking in that area. It'll turn on the EQ. It'll pop up like this. Okay, make sure that your high-end frequency is turned on. And we're going to go ahead and hit A on the keyboard. This brings up our automation menu, and lets you manipulate the automation within your tracks. And I'm going to go here and select the high cut frequency from the channel EQ. All right, I'm just going to click on this track area, and then this blue bar will appear, and this will now allow me to automate the EQ as it progresses. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and we'll go to the end of this. So it's at 20,000 hertz. This means that all the frequencies from 20 hertz all the way to 20,000 hertz are audible in this section. So now what I'm going to do is I placed a marker right there, this dot. I'm going to place one here too, and I'm going to lower this now to about, let's say, 800. And what's going to happen is when the intro plays and it just drops into that hook part, the EQ for this the sunbeams will only allow anything from 20 hertz. Actually, we cut it off earlier. So anything from like about 150 hertz to about 550 hertz will be audible, okay? Or 800 hertz rather. So let's listen to that and see what it sounds like. Just to show you, I'm going to turn off the EQ so you can hear it one more time. This is without the EQ now. The EQ is not being automated. You can still hear all those frequencies. And now with it again. You see how some of those, the high frequencies, the mid frequencies get cut out. I'm going to show you this by turning on the EQ one more time, and let's go ahead and listen to it from the beginning, and then you can see what's happening with the EQ as it's being automated. Okay, so you saw that high cut frequency came all the way from 20,000 hertz all the way over here to around 800. And what we're going to do next here is I'm going to have all those frequencies come back in when the verse drops. So I just made 2 dots here, and I'm bringing that other dot up like this. So what's going to happen is as it gets closer to the verse, the frequencies will come back in. So I'm going to let you hear that from around mid-hook here. That it came all back in. So that's how you automate the EQ. And what we might want to do later on in the beat here is possibly for the second part of the verse here, we'll have it gradually come down like this. So I just added a dot here and around here, and we'll bring it up to 800 like that. And what's going to happen is for that second part of the verse, it'll go from 20,000 hertz down to 800 hertz and gradually cut out those frequencies. Let's listen to that portion and see what it sounds like. Just bringing my loop section over there. So you heard that too. Let's go ahead and cover how to automate an effect. So for sunbeams, I have a flanger actually on this. This is an effect that comes with Logic. It's under modulation, flanger, as you can see there. So all I have to do now in order to automate the flanger is click on this area here and then go to flanger, and then I'm going to select the mix. Okay. At first, you're not going to see this 50%. It'll be blank like this. So you just click on this area, and then the 50% will come in. So that means 50% of that flanger is being added to that VST. What I maybe want to do to this VST is simply take away some of that flanging effect. So what I'll do is I'll draw a dot here and around here, and then I'm going to lower that effect all the way down. So I have the effect happening in the intro and in the hook, but not in the verse. So let's listen to that and see what it sounds like. Flanger's still there. Flanger's still there, but we have that EQ automation happening now. Now the flanger will disappear. So that's how you automate effects. So it doesn't really matter what effect you put on here. I mean, you can drop anything on it, a delay, let's say, and I'll just for the sake of this tutorial, let's go ahead and just add a delay designer in here. And we'll just randomly pick something here out of the complex ones. Let's see here. Let's pick Beat Rumble. I'm not sure what this is going to sound like, but hey, let's see. This is all experimental anyway. I'm going to select the delay here. So you can see like a lot is happening. So maybe what we want to do is have that come in just for a little bit. Maybe at the end of that hook, and then have it disappear right when it goes into the verse. And there's really, no limit to what you want to automate in terms of effects. So just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and add a delay. Let's choose the delay designer here, and we'll just randomly pick something here from complex. Let's maybe check this Beat Rumble right here. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead into the automation, delay D, and select the wet mix. That's what I want to automate. The wet mix is basically what I hear with the effect on, and a dry mix is without. So I'm affecting the wet mix because I want it to appear in certain areas. I'm going to click this area right here. So it's set to negative 21 decibels. I'm going to take the effect out and mute it. As you can see, as I brought this down, it's muted now as the beat begins. But then I'll have it come in maybe for a short period of time at the very end of the hook, right before the verse starts, and bringing that up like that. But I want it to disappear again right before I'm going to draw another dot right there, right before the verse starts. Okay, I'm going to zoom in now because we want to be accurate in terms of where it starts and ends. I'm just making sure this ends right at that 9th bar. Okay, and let's listen to that for a second and see what it sounds like. I'm going to actually just loop off this section here. These automations are happening, you could hear that it's really like adding something interesting to that VST. All right, so that's pretty much all I'm going to go over in terms of automating effects in Logic Pro X. I'm going to exit out of my automation view just by hitting A on the keyboard. Again, A will bring up the automation view and also make it disappear. And I think for this the sync lead, since I've already cut out the mids, the mids and highs here in terms of the frequencies on the EQ, I'm not going to be doing much to that. What we can automate next is some panning. We could do some panning automation on the hi-hats, the open hats, and maybe the vocal samples. So I'm going to solo out those parts right now so we can focus on those. All right, so I'm going to select the hats, and we're going to go ahead and hit A on the keyboard again. So as you could see, volume is selected on all of these, right? And that's pretty much default. As soon as you go into the automation view, volume will always be pre-selected for you. But what we're going to be automating is the pan. So I'm just going to click this area and hit pan, and it's set to 0. That means that the pan is what you hear on the left and the right. If it says 0, everything's pretty much straight in the middle. So you don't have anything playing just on the right or just on the left speaker or your headphones, the left and right sides. Just like in the other automations, we have to select the area in order for that to appear, that automation tool. For the pan, it's green. And what we'll do is zoom in here. I'm going to add a dot right at the beginning of those hi-hats. And now I'm going to go to each bar, and I'll be adding a dot at each bar, just like this. And this is the way that I do it. You don't necessarily have to do it like this, you know. There's really no limit in terms of how you have to automate stuff. I mean, that's really up to you guys. So let's add one here, add one here, and one last one over here. Okay, so what I'll do now is maybe add a one in between those, and I'm going to have stuff go to the right, have stuff go to the left. We can maybe add 2 dots here, have stuff going to the right, or let's go left and then right. I'm just adding random dots here and moving stuff left and right, basically. Have some of the stuff go left and right, all the way to the left, all the way to the right. Okay, let's go ahead and just solo out those hats. And now in the stereo mode, we can hear what's happening in terms of the automation with the pan. So you hear that pan going left and right as the beat progresses. And this really helps in, you know, making the beat more interesting if you have stuff panning to the right and left. Let's go ahead and do the same here with the open hat. And I'll go ahead and select the pan here too. Click on the area, add these 2 dots in the front and the back. And with this, I'm going to be a little more lenient in terms of how many dots I'm adding. And let's go like that maybe. Okay, and lastly, let's check out that vocal sample. I already added a tape delay to this vocal sample. Without the tape delay, it's just this, so it's not delaying. It's gradually delaying. So let's go ahead and add a pan to this as well. And maybe what we can do is go to the front here, and what we'll do is have it start off at the far left, and then we'll have it go all the way to the right. And then maybe the other one we'll have going backwards. We'll have the, you know, it's starting to the left and then going all the way to the right. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Another thing you can automate in the hi-hats, I like doing this a lot, is the pitch. You know, you'll hear this in Beatz nowadays, like the pitch of the hi-hats, you know, going up and down, you know, as the beat plays. So in order to go ahead and automate the pitch on these hi-hats, you have to be in the piano roll. Okay, and in the piano roll, you have more automation options. So you have to make sure that, you know, you're expanded like this, because if you're not, you won't see all these options. And over here, you have the pitch bend. So I clicked on this guy right here, and then the pitch bend will appear. Okay, and now when you click on this area, you'll have the pitch bend go up here, and this line basically indicates how much of a pitch it's going up or down. So I'll have it start off in the middle here at 0. And what I'll do is have certain spots be pitched up. So I'm adding dots here in order to pitch it up like this. and maybe some stuff will be pitched down. You want to make sure that these pitches are starting where these hi-hats are starting, right? And I'm being pretty like blocky with this. What I mean by that is, you know, I'm not going, you know, up and down like gradually. I'm having them start fast and end fast. So I'll have that go back to 0. Some stuff is pitched up, some stuff is pitched down, and let's just listen to that and see what it sounds like. So you can see some of this stuff is pitched up and pitched down. Another way of pitching your hi-hats, if you're using the EXS24 sampler, which I am in this, you could just, you know, select a different pitch by doing this. But I'm just showing you that you can automate pitches as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and pitch some of this some more of this stuff here. Maybe at the end here we'll have it pitch down gradually instead of like that blocky way I was telling you about. Alright, so that's how you automate a pitch bend in Logic Pro X. Trying to think of what else we can automate here. Oh yeah, that's right. We wanted to automate the volume, last but not least. So let's go ahead and just unsolo everything, and we're just going to listen to what it sounds like with this automation, this pitch automation, panning automation, and the effects automation that we built in so far. Dope. Let's go ahead and just add something to the end here so I can show you how to automate the volume. So I'm going to go ahead and hit A on the keyboard one more time so we can see our automation again. So I have two VSTs here that are being played at the end of the beat, and I'm going to go ahead and select volume. This one was already pre-selected, like I said before. Volume will always be as default in the automation tool. So I'm going to go ahead and click on both of these tracks, and the volume automator will appear. And then I'll start the automation, volume automation from the middle here. And then I'll go all the way to the end of it. And we'll go ahead and lower these like this until you see this infinity sign. And let's listen to that and see how it automates that volume. All right. So a very simple, you know, very simple outro to the beat. You know, it just you can also make this longer, obviously. You know, that was a little short. So if you wanted to automate it a little longer, you just got to drag those out like this. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I really enjoyed making it. If you have questions, you know what to do. Put in the comments section. Don't forget to vote on the next video you'd like to see. I'll put a voting poll right here. Again, my name's CJ Beatz. I'm out for now. Peace.